Well, this got exciting pretty quick,
Dax Dargon said to her robot partner, Highbeam. They were crouched behind a dumpster with shock blasts and sonic grenades exploding in the dead-end alley around them. Every kapow scrambled Highbeam's digital face. Each time it returned to normal, his frown was bigger. "Never a dull moment with you, Dax," the robot grumbled as a sonic grenade sailed overhead and crashed into the building behind them. Concrete sprayed into the air. Dax pulled her bandana over her mouth and nose and waited for the dust to settle. It was tragic what the plague was doing to her city. Her dad used to bring her here to shop in the street markets when she was little. Now, it was a war zone.
You don't blame me for this mess, do you?
Let me see. You stole a top-secret weapon from the plague mothership in broad daylight? Yes, I think this is your fault.
I didn't have a choice, big guy. You heard what those guards were saying about this thing.
Dax wriggled out of her pack and dug around inside it until she found the object at the center of all the excitement. It was no bigger than a sheet of paper, thick and made from a hard, transparent substance. Inside it, circuitry and lights blinked and zipped around like snow bees. Dax had seen a lot of odd things since joining the Resistance, but nothing like this. "They called it a wormhole generator," Highbeam grumbled, "and it sounds like trouble."
They also said it could break the back of the Resistance. The plague could send troops anywhere in a flash without warning. We couldn't defend ourselves,
Dax said. "Well, a heads-up would have been nice," Highbeam said. "Or maybe a discussion about a plan and an escape route. They've got us pinned down in this alley."
"Aw, buddy, you sound like one of those boring old robots that putter around the park,"
Dax said.
"We're spies. This is part of the job description. What happened to the high-beam Silverman who was always ready for adventure?"
"I'm not old, but I'd like to be someday. Unfortunately, my kid partner keeps getting us into trouble." He fired a couple of shots from his hand cannon before ducking back down.
"Don't call me a kid,"
Dax hissed, rising to spray the alley with her shocker.
"I'm going to be 13 soon."
"In a year and 2 months, and that's looking less and less likely. You noticed the bright yellow warnings painted on the side of this dumpster we're using as a shield, right?" Dax focused on the words and gasped.
"This thing is full of fusion waste. Who would leave this in the street?"
"Probably some scavenger trying to sell it. One lucky shot from those soldiers, and we're all going sky high."
"Attention, blue-skinned criminal and robot sidekick!"
A commanding voice at the other end of the alley silenced the shooting. "Sidekick?" Highbeam cried. "I'm not a sidekick."
"My name is Major Sin Craven of the Plague High Guard. You have stolen property that belongs to the Armada. We have you surrounded. You cannot escape. I urge you to use your tiny, primitive brains and surrender. If you cooperate, I offer a rare act of mercy."
"This ought to be good,"
Dax whispered to Highbeam. She cupped her hand and shouted,
"We're listening."
"Your deaths will be quick. When my people lay their eggs inside your body, you will not suffer. Our offspring will grow inside you, feasting on your internal meats. Once they are strong enough, they will claw their way out of your corpse and join our ranks."
"How is that merciful?"
Dax shouted.
"We prefer to lay our eggs inside a living person and keep them that way until our hoppers hatch,"
Craven explained. Highbeam cringed.
"I'm going to need some time to think about it,"
Dax yelled.
"You have 3 minutes,"
Craven said. Highbeam poked his head over the top of the dumpster. I assume we're passing on his offer. I count 10 soldiers, but I'm sure there are more on the way," he reported. "Here's the plan. I'm going to go out there and break some heads. While they're bleeding all over the street, you take the gizmo and make a run for it. Got it? Good. Demolition mode!"